When I decided that I wanted to become more minimal, I had no idea how life-changing it would be. Today I'm going to share 10 minimalist practices that are life-changing. And in the process of becoming more minimal, the way I think about everything is different now. Now, these changes are in no particular order, but they're equally important. But this is how I started my journey. So the first thing I decided to start minimizing was my purse. Yeah, before I started decluttering my home and life, I used to carry a large purse. Not only was my purse large, but it was very heavy. I've always been a lover of purses and large bags. It was normal for me to have 10 or more of them. None of them were very expensive, but I loved them. When I first decided to declutter, I thought this is the easiest way I can begin. We all tend to think we need just-in-case items in our purses. And don't get me wrong, just-in-case emergency items are important, but you don't need to carry them everywhere. And I started to think about, what if I need to brush my hair? Or what if I need antibacterial wipes? I concluded that most of these just-in-case items that I was carrying around with me every day were never really used. I decided to do a minimalism experiment where I took out everything I did need daily and put it in a bag and stored it in my car. That way, if I needed something, most likely I would have it in my car with me. Knowing that I could run back to the car and get the emergency item was a good feeling for a while. Really, all I needed in my purse was my wallet, my keys, my phone, a pen, a lip thingy maybe, and a hair scrunchie. Of course, if I'm out for the day in the summer, I might add some sunblock as well. But mostly, I stuck to those few items. I put all the other random items in a bag and stuck them in my car. And interesting things happened. It turned out I never needed any of the items I removed from my bag. I forgot I even stored the bag in my car. The emergency item bag was found later, not even touched. By lightening the load I was carrying everywhere, my back and my shoulders didn't hurt as much anymore. After some time of carrying a very small crossbody bag, I decided to switch to something different. I used to go through my bag regularly to make sure I didn't have any receipts that needed to be filed and to make sure that there aren't any necessary items collected in my bag. Finally I donated all my heavy purses because I know that I will never use them again. I even downsized even more. Now I only use a phone case that includes slots for credit cards, driver's license, and cash. I don't use a bag of any kind anymore. And most of my clothing has pockets, so I can just throw my keys in a pocket. The next thing I decided to do was create some clear surfaces. I love a clear surface. When you clear a counter, it immediately looks cleaned and organized. And when I started to declutter, I had to analyze what was really needed on my counters, tables, and different landings. Questions like, why do I have that decorative sculpture up there? And do I really need to have 2 electric can openers? The minimalist practice really changes the way my home looks. It changes every day as I continue this minimalist journey. Some decor is great and can make your home feel cozy and beautiful, but sometimes it can get in the way and make everything look cluttered, not to mention all the time it takes to clean it. When I started to declutter, I cleared my kitchen counters completely. I removed all appliances and all decor to see how it looked. Some people commented that it looked terrible, like we didn't have anything, but I decided to keep it clear for a while. Sometimes we must get used to seeing less. Eventually, I added a few things that we used every day, like our kettle and toaster. Overall, I kept the counters empty, and eventually, I came to love the clean, clear surfaces. It can take some time to get used to seeing less because we're so used to seeing clutter. And whenever items are left around the sink, it looks messy. But now I can appreciate a clear surface. When you're doing a lot of decluttering, the last thing you want to do is more decluttering. The second I started to declutter, I realized I was going to stop shopping. While practicing minimalism, the less shopping you do, the easier it is. I've never really been big on shopping, but I was guilty of picking up a few things here and there that were probably never needed. There were times when I was out buying something I needed and would see a sale or something that was really cute and think, well, why not? The problem with this why not mentality is I ended up with too much. So instead of having the exact number of, let's say, shirts that I actually wear, I would have 5 or more extra that were hardly ever worn. Every extra item that I have is something I had to deal with. So even if I'm not wearing it, I still have to store it, whether it's in a drawer or hang it up in the closet. This is when I ask myself, why am I storing something that isn't being used? At this point, you realize you're a minimalist. You only want to keep the items you're actually using. With shopping less, I could focus on more savings. With becoming minimal came this thought that we are exchanging time for money. Yes, of course we have to work and make money to live, and a lot of people really love what they do for a living. I really enjoy creating these videos. But I couldn't help thinking that the more we save on the things we don't need to be buying, the more money we'll have for fun experiences. Experiences add to our lives and make us who we are, while things don't. The more we save, the less we have to work and the more fun we can have. One very easy way to stay clutter-free is the one in, one out policy. This means every time you decide to bring something new into your home, you have to get rid of something similar. You could get rid of anything, but I like to choose something similar. That way, I'm keeping each area clutter-free. And to take this a step further, you could use the only replace rule. Currently, I'm trying to only replace items. I'm not stockpiling, and I'm not buying for the future. As an item is worn out, then I go out and replace it. There are several reasons why this is a good idea. First, you're not filling your house with things for the future. This way you can focus on the now, in the present moment. And second, you're replacing the items with something that will work in that current moment. You know it will fit and work now. And lastly, you're only buying what you truly need, and you're not being wasteful. When decluttering, I decided that I want to be more eco-friendly. Becoming eco-friendly is not so easy and can take some time. We are all used to using easy solutions for everything. For instance, paper towels are much easier than using cloth towels, but also super wasteful. When I started down this minimalist rabbit hole, I found a lot of information about being eco-friendly. I decided that I would make some small changes, slowly, to become more eco-friendly with time. Immediately, I began to use my cloth towels. And even though I still had a few paper towel rolls left over, I would use them in case of emergencies, like paint spills or working with oil, things like that. I didn't want to throw them away because that was wasteful as well, but consume what you have. After all the paper towels are used up, I decided to stay with the cloth towels. Other changes that I made over time was to stop buying drinking water from plastic bottles. And it doesn't make sense. Why are we paying for water? I purchased a good water filter and just refilled my metal or glass containers. And when grocery shopping, I bring my own reusable bags and my own produce bags. This way, we're not using any plastic. Anytime that I'm shopping, I always try to buy the fruits and vegetables that are not in plastic wrap, and I try to go for glass jars over plastic. I have reusable straws that are made out of stainless steel, and I have a little packet that I put them in when I go out. I'm not zero waste. I wish I were, but that's impossible with the way everything is in today's society. And all of the changes that I made were very small steps toward being more eco-friendly. Since becoming more minimal, I simplified my food and started paying attention to what I eat. I try to choose fruits and vegetables over anything else. This may sound crazy to some people, but I do eat the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day. Eating the same thing is one less thing that I need to think about and decide upon. I also know what I like and have found a healthy option that I don't mind eating day after day. Dinner varies from day to day, but sometimes it's repeated. This isn't because I'm not adventurous with food, it's just a better way to simplify my life. And I don't need as many ingredients, so it makes shopping easier too. Now that I've decluttered many things, I still have ways to go, but I do feel there's more time for family. I always felt like I spent half of my day putting items away and cleaning up, and now there's less stuff to deal with, and there's more time. With minimalism, I have also analyzed how I spend my time. Do I want to watch TV or read a book? This is a real question, and there isn't a right or wrong answer. The thing is, there is only so much time in the day, and we must think about how we are spending that time. Some like to watch TV at night and relax. Some like to be more creative, like writing poetry or writing a blog. Before I found minimalism, I never thought about how I was spending time. Now I know that time is valuable, and I try to spend it wisely. After finding minimalism and simple and slow living, I know it's okay to do a lot or do nothing at all. Before I learned about simple living, I felt like every day had to be jam-packed with things to do. If I didn't accomplish a lot in one day, it was a bad thing. Now I plan out what I would like to accomplish in a day and give myself a break if for some reason I can't get it all done. It's okay to relax during the day. If your home isn't sparkling clean, it's okay. It's a lot cleaner because you are a minimalist, but it doesn't have to be white glove clean. Life is about having fun and joy, and if you can't find those things, maybe something has to change. Recently, I realized I want to be away from screens more often. A few weeks ago, I started a screen-free Sunday experiment. The rules are: don't go on the computer at all. Don't go on your phone unless you're calling someone or someone texts you and you have to get back to them. Don't watch TV, and don't go on your tablet unless you're reading a book on a tablet. The first Sunday went great. I followed all my rules and had a screen-free day. I was able to finish painting my kitchen and then just spent time with the family. After 3 screen-free Sundays, I realized I wasn't missing anything by staying off the internet. Every Monday, I would log into everything and see that I missed nothing. All the Instagram posts were there. All my emails were still there and waiting for me. The best part is I can feel completely free from checking things and focus on my family and friends. My minimalist journey started with getting rid of stuff I didn't need. It helped give me mental clarity as well. Now the next video is about decluttering to minimalism. So subscribe to get notification when it's uploaded. See you next time.